Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gonzii Sports podcast. I'm your host, Gonzii, and today we are going to be chatting about a lot of stuff that happened in the weekend of sports, bro. But without further ado, let's get into this thing, man. Let's start with the football slash soccer for if you are an American viewer. Shout out to you, yeah. Let's start with Manchester United and the Premier League, man. It started off with Liverpool against Bournemouth, and Liverpool with a brilliant and touching homage to Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva that passed away. Very touching, very cool moment, man. People in tears, man. It was rough to watch, but I know he would be proud. Liverpool was his team, man, and he was loved, man, in Liverpool. So I hope whatever he is, man, that he knows people care this much about him, and that will still remember him forever in that town. Um, it's amazing to see how much of a lasting impact can someone leave when they are a good person, and that was what Diogo Jota was. So shout out to him, shout out to his family, man, and I hope they can find any peace with the way he was loved. But yeah, let's continue. Liverpool started winning 2-0, man, from a very early on. Goals from Ekatike, and I don't remember the last one. Let me just check real quick. Let me check. I don't remember, man. I remember the last. Okay, and Cody Gakpo. That was the one I was missing. Okay. So 2-0, 1-0 at the half, then opening the second half, they score again. And by Cody Gakpo. But then Bournemouth come crawling back with Antoine Semenyo. Man, there was a racial insult directed towards this player, and he handled it very well, man. So shout out to him. It's terrible when that happens, but he handled it like a proper G, man. And he went there and he was like, no, I'm good. This game continues, and I'm gonna show you, man. Yeah. And he went there and he scored 2 goals, man. 2 bangers, bro. So shout out to him, the character on that guy, man. Shout out to him. Brilliant stuff. He scored twice and rendered the game pretty close, man. Until then, Liverpool just came crawling back again and ended up scoring by Federico Chiesa at minute 88, and then finally by Mo Salah already in added time. Already plus 90 minutes, he scores the fourth. So a very good showing by Liverpool, man. Liverpool ends up with a win, and I don't know, man. I just feel like it's gonna be a lot like that this year for Liverpool, man. They're gonna struggle for a little bit, but they will end up crawling back the result because they just win. That's how they do it, man. They just win games, and it's tough. It's really tough for to beat them. It's really hard. You have to beat them by like 3, and maybe still they have a chance, you know. So yeah, let's see how they do next week. But very good signs early. Although the defense is a bit sketchy because the fullbacks are so projected forward, man. It's even worse than when Trent was there because you had Robertson on the other side that he stayed back quite a lot. But now you have Kerkez and you have Frimpong. The dude just bombed forward, man. And it's really hard. You just have Kanate and old Virgin van Dijk back there. So let's see how they do. They're trying to get Gehi. They got a new kid from Italy. Let's see how they do in that defense, man. Let's go on to Manchester City that might be back, you know. It might just be default Manchester City will win again, you know. Because Reinders, yeah, my God, what a baller, bro. The dude is a phenomenal player. It's insane. Bro, the silkiness of his touch And the way he just goes past defenders with ease, bro. Bro, they've paid 50 million for Rangers. How did nobody else go there and get the Donny? Like, damn. Haaland scored twice, Rangers scored, and the last one was Cherky, which also, dude's insane. They have an insane team again. The bench is ridiculous. Oh, again. Like, that was the problem with Man City when they were winning a lot, is that their bench was an abomination, bro. And now, again, it's another abomination. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick, though. So, their bench has Cherky, Marmoush, bro, Ake, Gundogan, Akanji. Brother, how is someone supposed to compete with that? Oh my god. And they're trying to get Donnarumma, bro. Let's move on to Chelsea, who had a 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace. I was watching the game, yeah, and I was bored out of my mind, man. Palace were always the most exciting team and the team that posed the most danger. They scored by Eze on the free kick that was then nulled because who was it? It was Mike He who pushed it pushed Caicedo towards the wall and he was within a meter of it, so that is in the law. You cannot do that. So yeah, goal void by Eze, which might have been the last Eze game by Palace, by the way, because he was substituted and he received a standing ovation by the fans. It seems like a farewell there a bit, with Eze pretty much nailed down to go to Tottenham Hotspur. So let's see how they do. Tottenham, by the way, great result, 3-0 win against Burnley. No, Burnley lost to Sunderland. Tottenham beat Burnley and Sunderland beat West Ham. That's it. Shout out Richarlison, man. Shout out to Richarlison. 2 goals, 1 brilliant goal. The second one was outstanding. So Thomas Frank, so far so good, man. But it's Burnley. Probably going to go down. So let's not get too excited. It's just Burnley. So let's finally get on to Manchester United and Arsenal. A very, very rough game because Arsenal were dominated, completely battered by Manchester United, man. Completely destroyed the whole entire game. But they end up winning anyway with a 1-0 win with a goal by Calafiori after a corner by Saka, I think it was. And Bayern just flappy hands. Bayern just can't keep the ball out, and Calafiori just easy taps on a second post, man. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous goalkeeping, and it's annoying. It's annoying because Onana was healthy, and Ruben just doesn't trust him, and that's Man United need to get a goalkeeper ASAP. They need to. They either need to hijack the Donnarumma deal to Manchester City or go get Le Mans from Antwerp. Go get him, bro. It's ridiculous, man. Both goalkeepers stink. I'm much rather have Tom Eden in goal, bro. I'm much rather, bro. Tom Eden is actually decent. Onana is trash. Bayern is awful. Bro, come on, man. But let's stick to the positives because I'm going to lose my head with the goalkeeping at Manchester United, bro. Positives. Cunha, Mbeumo, bro, they played out of their socks, man. They played outstanding football. Mbeumo is such a joy to watch, in Cunha as well, man. It's just ridiculous, bro. They played really, really well. And the only thing missing was the goal, man. Because the posts, Raya, all that a phenomenal performance, bro. And it was just the goal missing. And I think Man United will be alright. I think it will be alright in Manchester United's. I think it will be alright. Because if you can perform like this in such a high stakes game, man, you battered Arsenal, and You just got unlucky with the result. Sesko showed promise, he was lively. So he played like 20 minutes or 30, something like that. So not much to draw from, but the touches that he got, he looked lively, man. He looked good. So yeah, let's see how they do. Who did not look good though was Victor Gyökeres. Boy, oh boy, that boy stunk. He was stinky. He was stinky McStinky, you know. Very bad. Very, very bad. Non-existent. On the Ligt's pocket, bro. The whole game. The whole game, man. He got substituted like 60 minutes. And then Arsenal just played like Burnley, man. Trying to hold on to that win, and they managed to do it. So yeah, Arsenal win, Man United don't, and that's the way football is, man. It's just the way it is. Sports is just like that. You need to do whatever it takes to win, and Arsenal did it. But Man United will be okay. Man United will be all right. Once the goals start falling, they will be okay. So let's move on to my Sporting, man. Shout out to the guys. Another win in the books. We played Aroca and we won by 6-0, bro. Great game, great atmosphere in our renewed stadium, man. Looked pretty, looked amazing. Great atmosphere by the crowd, and the boys just played out of their socks, man. We started early with Mangas scoring the first one. Then we win a penalty, which, by the way, that referee, yeah, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I don't want to talk about refereeing, but that ref is a joke, man. Is a joke. But yeah, Sporting ended up scoring the penalty by Suarez. Come on, our new striker scoring his first goal by penalty. Then Trincão scores the third one. And in the second half, it was just more Sporting, man. Mangas scores again. Then Suarez with a phenomenal goal. And then Trincão to close out the night. Phenomenal showing by the boys, man. Onwards and upwards we go. Still first in the table. And we move, man. But yeah, very exciting stuff by Sporting. We just played incredibly well, man. Incredibly well. Let's get on to the NFL, man. Let's go. Week 2 of preseason just wrapped up, and we had a lot of takeaways from it. But I'm going to start with the Chicago Bears, bro. I was really excited to see the Chicago Bears because Caleb was playing, and it was the first time we were going to see Ben Johnson's offense with the Bears, and they looked good, man. They looked really, really good. A lot of throws to the tight ends, Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet. Like, they beat the Bills 38-0. Colston Loveland had 2 catches for 26 yards. And yeah, man, the touchdown was scored by Olamide Zaccheaus. I think that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, man, very good. Very, very good performance. They were there for like a drive, I believe. So, very good, man. 96-yard drive, I believe it was. And it just looked crisp. Caleb had time to throw, which is a problem last year. He didn't have to scramble a lot. Surgical throws. The run game was also efficient. So let's see how they do, man. I'm really excited to watch the Bears. I think they will be pretty good. Next week will be my predictions for the NFL season. I already have them written down, but subject to change because of trades and stuff like that. But I'm really happy with my predictions so far that I got written down. But next week we'll do that. Now, Chicago looks nice. I watched the Jags as well. And Trevor looks okay as well. Trevor looks nice, looks composed, looked like Trevor Lawrence on his second year, where he was 7th in MVP voting, went to the playoffs, and got a playoff win, one of the greatest playoffs comebacks of all time against the Chargers. So yeah, Trevor slipped there a bit after a snap, nothing to worry about, but one of the throws were just outstanding, man. Really, really good. So yeah, Travis Hunter didn't play, but Thomas Bryant Jr. did, and he is insane, man. He's insane. He is such a good receiver, bro. Other standouts: Jackson Dart had a blinder. Stetsu Bennett had a phenomenal game. And now I need to talk about the Dolphins, bro, because what the hell is happening with the Dolphins? Yeah, just saw they were doing joint practices with the Lions, and one of the Lions players after the practice was like, "Yeah, I don't think they practice like we practice." The Dolphins are bad. They're going to be atrocious this year. I don't trust Tua. I think Tua is very limited in what he can do. And once he gets cold, the entire team doesn't know how to play football. So, yeah, man, the Dolphins are going to stink, bro. They're going to stink. Stinky McStink, bro. The O-line sucks. The D-line stinks. The secondary is bad. Like, I don't know, man. They have Tyreek, though, and Jalen Waddle and Tua. That's it. That's it. And once it gets cold, Tua's ends shrink even more. So I don't know what it is, man. I think the Dolphins need to just complete overhaul on that team, man. They just need. I think they need an overhaul. But yeah. In other news, let's talk about Trey Hendrickson, man. Which it was reported yesterday that the Bengals are listening to trade offers for Trey Hendrickson because they cannot reach a deal. Listen, Bengals, if you're looking for a trade, I know a team, bro. After that Seahawks game, we can use more help on defense. So I'll give you Sky Moore, bro. Sky Moore for Trey Hendrickson. Who says no? Eh? Eh? Come on, man. I think that's a good trade, bro. Did you see that punt return? I think that's a good trade. 1-for-1. You get a menace at punt return. We pay your guy. Jokes aside. I think the Lions should call. I think the Lions should call. I think they have the cap space for it. Trey and Hayden, boy, that's tough. That is a tough D line, man. That's tough D line out there. But the Cowboys makes no sense because they have to pay him and they don't want to pay Micah. So why would you trade for Trey Hendrickson? And why would Micah go to the Bengals when they don't want to pay? They don't have the money to pay him. You know what I mean? Micah wants to be the highest paid one quarterback by a distance as well. So, yeah, man. I think the teams that makes the most sense is the Lions. The Ravens might, but I doubt they're gonna trade within the division. So I just see, to me, the Lions, the Chiefs make sense, but they won't do it. They won't do it because of their pride and their ego. We have a couple players we got a couple players for their defense. You can get Joshua Williams, you can get Felix, bro. You can get all of that. And we get Trey. And we pay your guy. I wouldn't say no. And Trey Hendrickson would say yes in a heartbeat, bro. Come to win Super Bowls, my guy. Come on, man. Out there, he won't win one. Man, let's talk about the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs. Mahomes didn't play. Some of the starters didn't play. Limited reps for the O-line. But bro, some takeaways for sure. Like on the O-line from the limited reps that I saw, Suamatai was very good against the run and very bad against the pass. Josh Simmons looked like Josh Simmons. A menace, bro. A complete and utter menace. But yeah, it's worrying. That's what Suamatai stuff is worrying because we need him. We're gonna be a pass first offense, so he needs to sort it out. And he will, and I have full faith that he will. Outside of that, Joshua Williams, man, he looked bad. I think he might be done with the Chiefs. I really think so. That defense without Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and Leo Chanel, like it looked, and Drew Tranquil, it looked really bad. Really, really bad. Like we couldn't get to the quarterback against the Seahawks. Were running like, bro, it was ridiculous, bro. It looked like Boise State last year against all of those teams, man, with Genty. That's how he made the Seahawks look. Like, brother, come on, man. That was atrocious. Atrocious showing by the defense. I really liked Tonyan. Very few catches that were decent. Sky Moore was dropping passes left, right, and center, and then returned a punt for 88 yards. On 1 second, Sky Moore doesn't know what to do with his hands. On the other, he's returning a punt return. I don't think he will make the roster. I don't. And I don't know, man. He just seems broken. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't look like himself. And it's tough. It's tough to watch. You don't wish that on anybody. But it's a ruthless sport, and the cut is coming from 90 to 32, man. It's coming, and a lot of people are gonna be left out. And it's hard, but that's the nature of the beast, man. It is what it is. So next week, I think we'll see Mahomes. I don't remember. I think we're playing the Bears. I think it's the Bears. Yep, it's the Bears this Saturday, and then we kick off the season in Brazil against the Chargers, man. So yeah, let's see how we look on the next one. I hope the defense is a better showing than that, and I'm sure we will. I trust Spags wholeheartedly. I'm sure he will get the boys playing the level we need them to play at. So yeah, with the NFL and the football done, let's get into the combat sports world, man. Time! Today, we are going to be chatting about boxing and MMA. Let's start with the boxing first because Moses Atoma, just obliterated Dillian White in the first round. And I don't know how everybody, I don't know how a lot of people saw Moses Atoma and were like, yeah, Dillian White, he might win, because Moses Atoma just went in there and was like, I'm not going to get rounds because Dillian White in this stage of his career is not to get rounds in. It's to obliterate that Donnie across the ring for me. I'm going to go in there and destroy him. And that's exactly what he did. The combinations, bro. He is so calm, so clean in the pocket, bro. Come on, man. And he's so precise. That right hook that KO Dylan, bro. Mwah. Picture perfect, bro. Picture perfect. Now, I would like to see Atoma take a half a step upwards. I don't want him to jump right in with Usyk because that might be catastrophic for his career. That might wreck his confidence, bro. Because if you go in there and you can't land on the guy, it's like it might take a hit on the confidence. So I want an Erkovic, something like that. Not too much of a step yet. Go fight those lower Donnies in the ranks, and then yes, take the jump. I would love to see him against Dubois. That would be nice, bro. That would be a war against Dubois, for sure. If they want a big fight for Atoma next, give them Dubois. That to me is an amazing fight, bro. Amazing fight. Parker might as well. I would like to see Joseph Parker in there as well with him. I think that would be pretty nice as well. But for sure, an Ergovic, Zhang would be nice. Big Bang Zhang would be nice as well. But yeah, I don't want the kid. He's 20 years old, man. I don't want him to take too much of a step yet. I don't want him to be protected, like just going in there against Khans, but I want him to just go steadily up. You beat Dillian, now go into another opponent on the level above. Just don't step already 6. Do you know what I mean? I just want him to grow, develop, but against good opposition because he's good. Don't give him a tin pot, bro. Give him an honest opponent that gives him a new set of challenges every time. That's it. That's all I want, man. That's all I want. But yeah, let's get on to the UFC, man. And Khamzat Chimaev just dominated Dricus du Plessis for 5 rounds, bro. Going into it, I was in the same boat with everybody. Like, in the first 3 rounds, Khamzat might just dominate du Plessis. But if he gets tired, which he always did in his previous fights, in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it's like Usman. Usman lost the first 3 rounds to Khamzat, but in the last 2, he came alive. And it was tough for Khamzat. So I was going into this fight, I felt the same way. But he just took him down. The very first thing that he could do, take du Plessis down and hold him there. And he held him there, bro. I counted like, for sure, 3, at most 4 10-8s. The last round is not a 10-8, it's a 10-9 because du Plessis actually takes him down, punches him quite a bit. But, bro, Khamzat, he just looks like, he looked like an animal possessed out there. And he ragdolled du Plessis, bro. Ragdoll. It was ragdoll settings, bro. It was not close at all. Let me check the middleweight rankings, bro, because boy, oh boy, I don't know who can beat him. I have no clue who can beat Khamzat Chimaev. Imanov won't. Strickland won't. Izzy won't. Oh boy, oh, yeah. I don't see anyone in this division capable of beating Khamzat Chimaev. Nobody. Yeah, bro. He might never lose that. Unless he wants to go to light heavy next. He might never lose that title, you know. Oh my god. Bro, you have to go and watch it. He destroyed du Plessis, bro. It was ridiculous. Let me check the next. Let me check the other fights on the card first, then the next card. Lerone Murphy. Then we had back-to-back spinning elbow KOs. Prates and Murphy win by a spinning back elbow against Pico. Murphy beat Pico. Prates beat Neal. Both in the first round, man. Prates were like a walk-off in the last second. And the sound was sickening, bro. Oh, it was bad. But yeah. Outside of that, McElvain and Page just toyed with Jared Cannonier the whole fight. It was ridiculous to watch, man. But yeah, Page at middleweight, he said to Joe Rogan after the fight, he has a lot of questions in that welterweight division still. And after Khamzat won, yeah, man, go back down, bro. Go back down. Jesus Christ. But yeah, let's check the next fight card is Johnny Walker against Zhang. And Brian Ortega against Aljamain Sterling. That's actually a fight I'm going to watch. Brian Ortega, man, if he can win that fight against Volkanovski, my god. The next fight night, it's Imanov against Buralho. To me personally, not excited about none of those fights. Although Modestas against Paul Craig will be a fun watch. Then another fight night, Noche UFC. Diego Lopez versus John Silva. Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Those are nice fights. Another, Jesus. My god. Dominic Reyes against Solberg in the next fight card after that. And then UFC 320, October 4th, Ankalaev versus Pereira 2, and Merab versus Corey Sanhagen, Yuri Prohachka versus Khalil Roundtree. Now this is a card. This is a fight card, man. Come on. That main event looks nice. Looks very nice. But yeah, guys, that will be all for today. Podcast done. Shout out to all of you that have been listening in your podcast provider, bro. Shout out to all of you that have been watching on YouTube. And as always, love to do this. I love this. It's my dream job. Love each and every single one of you. Rate this 5 stars. Subscribe to the channel. All glory to Jesus Christ. And I see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.